Have you ever wondered if any of your favorite Hollywood stars are religious? Faith and a belief in the divine are something that many of your favorite Hollywood stars have relied on to get through their careers. Let's take a look at the Hollywood stars who are surprisingly religious. Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor was born in London to two American parents. Her mother was a former stage actress who raised young Liz as a Christian Scientist. As a preteen, Liz moved back to the U.S., settling in L.A. She soon began giving screen tests to act in popular Hollywood films. By the time she was an adult, she had become one of Hollywood's most popular actresses. She was a starlet, and her personal life was always under the eye of the paparazzi. This constant attention, no doubt, took its toll on Taylor. Her third marriage was to a Jewish film producer named Mike Todd. He sadly died a year after their marriage when his private plane crashed. It was shortly after this incident that she converted to Judaism. She underwent her conversion on March 27, 1959, when she was 27. One doesn't know how pious she was, but we know she dedicated much of her life to Jewish and Israeli causes. She even offered to take the place of the Israeli hostages who were kidnapped on the hijacked Air France flight that had been stationed in Entebbe, Uganda in 1976. Before we tell you more about the Hollywood stars who are surprisingly religious, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more. Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan was born Jewish. His birth name is Robert Allen Zimmerman. But during the 70s, he converted to Christianity and became an evangelical Christian. During this time, he also released 3 gospel albums. His Christian faith brought him comfort and was particularly great for increasing his productivity. He was so moved by Christ's message, he often tried to evangelize to his colleagues. He even tried to evangelize his producer, Jerry Wexler, to no avail. He continues to occasionally perform gospel songs at his live performances. He even performs covers of traditional religious songs. He stated his relationship with God is what keeps him going and dedicated to his music. Richard Gere. Richard Gere discovered Buddhism in his early 20s. He studied Zen Buddhism and began traveling to meet Buddhist lamas and monks. He eventually met the 14th Dalai Lama, with whom he stayed in touch. He's also been an advocate for Tibetan independence and has often been critical of the Chinese government. His Buddhism has helped him manage the challenges of being a major star. It's also given him a cause to fight for outside of his acting career. Richard Gere's Buddhism is a great example of how faith and believing in a higher cause can give you meaning in life. It shows you how you can use faith to guide you through a challenging career that comes with constant scrutiny. Marilyn Monroe. Norma Jean Baker, or Marilyn Monroe as she was better known, was arguably one of the most popular sex symbols in Hollywood history. But few people know about her commitment to the Jewish faith. She converted to Judaism before marrying Jewish playwright Arthur Miller. She felt very happy with her new faith and was active in the Jewish community. She had installed a mezuzah with a parchment scroll of ancient Jewish writings near her front door. She also kept a bronze menorah on her mantle. She read many scholarly works about Judaism and had many Jewish friends who helped her throughout her career. Through her Jewish faith, she found a loyal community that stuck with her through thick and thin. She was publicly committed to Judaism, and it was during her heyday that anti-Semitism was declining in the U.S. and Jews were winning acceptance throughout American society. Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash had a reputation for being a devout Christian, which wasn't uncommon for country musicians and singers. His elder brother, when Johnny, or JR as he was known as a kid, was only 12. It was during this time he began regularly reading the Bible. He constantly thought about his brother throughout his life and used his faith in Christ as a guide to handle the challenges of an entertainment career. While Johnny Cash had a reputation as an outlaw, he became an ordained minister later in life. He received a degree in theology and was encouraged by the Reverend Billy Graham to study the Bible. Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas is Jewish. A few years ago, he was awarded the Genesis Prize, given to accomplished professionals who have also shown dedication to Judaism and Israel. While he didn't think too much of his Jewish heritage throughout much of his life, he began reconnecting with his faith after his father was injured in a helicopter crash in 1991. His son Dylan also has many Jewish friends, and this brought Michael closer to his faith. In his spare time, Michael Douglas is dedicated to causes to promote Judaism and Israel. He's also dedicated to fighting against anti-Semitism. He's been lauded as being one of the finest actors of his generation, but receiving the Genesis Prize was one of the happiest moments of his life. Jane Fonda. Apart from acting, Jane Fonda has also gained prominence for her activism, but she's also a dedicated Christian in an industry that's now notoriously secular. She had converted to Christianity during a difficult period in her life. She was married to media tycoon Ted Turner, who was a staunch atheist. In fact, her conversion to Christianity seems to be part of the reason why they divorced. Her ex-husband's vitriolic statements about Christianity and Christians didn't turn her away from the faith. She's found comfort in Christ, and her faith no doubt helps her go through the challenges of an entertainment career. She's been in the spotlight for much of her life and has often been criticized for her public activism. Her faith keeps her grounded, which is necessary when you live a life in the public eye. Pierce Brosnan. Like many Irishmen of his generation, Pierce Brosnan was educated under the Christian Brothers, whom he's often criticized. However, he credits his Catholic faith with helping him get through the challenges of his career and life. In 1991, he lost his wife Cassandra to cancer. His Catholic faith helped him cope with the loss. He stated that prayer helps him with the challenges of his career and helps him be a better father to his children. He feels that despite his reservations about the Christian Brothers, he has an unshakable faith. He still attends Mass when he can and even reads Buddhist teachings. Martin Sheen. Ramon Estevez, or Martin Sheen as he's better known, is a practicing Catholic. He feels his faith was restored in the early 1980s when he was having conversations with director Terrence Malick, who had directed Sheen in the film Badlands. Since then, his Catholic faith has helped him get through the trials and tribulations of his career and life. It's also influenced his activism. Even his stage name, Martin Sheen, comes partially from a Catholic evangelist whose surname was Sheen. Due to his Catholic faith, Martin Sheen has been outspoken about his pro-life views, something that's rare in Hollywood. He stated that he's against abortion and stated women should reconsider getting one. He's spoken about how his wife was conceived through rape and that some of his grandchildren were born out of wedlock. He says he would never judge someone's decision, however, but he's also stated he's felt the joy of God's presence through his grandchildren. His Catholic faith clearly guides him through life and gives him a solid foundation for his career. Now it's time to hear from you. Do you think Hollywood has become hostile towards openly religious people? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.